If I wasn't homosexual, I wouldn't have been homeless at first. It's kind of like every person for themselves out there.
I always had this weird, ominous feeling that I'm going to do something great. I'm going to make a change, a big change. And I've always known that there are other people that I'm going to meet that are going to help me with this. Even when I was just a little kid, I used to tell my mom all the time, and she's just, "Oh, that's so sweet, Jeremy." And I tell her, "No, I'm serious though. I'm going to do something great."
It was horrible. It was miserable. Like, the relationship I had with my mom and stepdad completely changed. And just like all my family members just looked at me completely different. I feel like I was always the family member that people would talk about behind their backs at like family reunions and stuff. I was kind of like the outcast of the family, I guess.
When I was born here, I lived with my mom for a very long time, and us kids, we were too small to really understand what was going on. She was on drugs heavily, and she still took care of us, still made sure we had food, a house over our head. It was really weird to think back on it now. And after a while, she called in for help. She wanted to get off the drugs, and she told them, "I have 5 children," and they came and took us.
So it just like started getting really bad, and we started fighting shortly after I came out, just because it was such a big deal, and like everything, like I got criticized for everything. And that's just what would get me so pissed off at the world, because like I would just like see friends I went to school with a picture perfect family, you know, and like I always wanted that growing up, and it was good sometimes, but it was more not so good than good.
I came out 3 times to my family, my friends, and everyone. And the first 2 times it didn't go very well. A lot of my family did not accept it. And my mom, she is gay. So for everyone else, they were used to that. But to find out that there was another person in the family that was gay, it wasn't okay. And so I went right back into the closet, and I was like, no, I think I'm just going through a phase right now. And everyone kept telling me, "No, you are. We know you are." And 4 years later, I actually came out, and I was like, "Yes, I am gay." I'm proud of it now. You know, I was 18, so it was a lot better for me to feel like at that age and have the mindset that I already did about all of it. And you know, it was a lot better for me then. A lot better. My family caused violence with me because I was gay. My brother Jesse couldn't accept it at first. He just could not. And the worst thing for me was my family. My brothers, the first thing they said to me was, "Look, it's all right as long as you don't hit on me." And I looked at them and I'm like, "Do you think that this changes how I am? I've been this way for years, and you guys know who I am. I'm not gonna hit on you. That's incest, for one. And 2, you're my brother. You're my brother, and you're one of my best friends. I would never do that." And a lot of my friends said the same things too, and they stopped hanging out with me. They just didn't want to spend any more time after they found out.
I got kicked out, and my aunt and uncle let me live with them after about 2 weeks of being homeless. And I went to live with my uncle, and he grew a lot of marijuana, and at the time, like, that's when like I started like smoking that stuff, and like he had a lot of plants, and I like would always go in the backyard and be like, oh, if I like take a little bit here and take a little bit off this branch, he'll never know. But like he eventually started to notice, because like he had so much. I was like, well, hey, I can sell this stuff and get like cool stuff like clothes and new shoes and a new phone. And so he caught on after a while of, you know, me having all these nice new things. Me and my uncle got into a really physical fight, and then he kicked me out, and then I was homeless again for 2 weeks, and then my mom let me move back in just because I turned 18 6 months later. After that, I did get back on drugs just because, you know, like everything was going good. I moved back into my parents' house. I started to establish somewhat of a better relationship, more of a healthy relationship, since I had gotten help. And just like after that, you know, like I'm not blaming the fight on me going to use drugs, because at the end of the day, it was my decision to use a mind-powering substance. But I mean, it threw me over edge a little bit, and that's kind of what pushed me to do the things that I did. And I'm like currently kind of working on getting clean.
I was smoking meth and crack, and that was the hardest time of my life. It changed me, but it also broke me. And I've never been the same since it. You know, I've always had that pain inside, and even now, like around people, I do, you know, I did this, yeah, you know, but I'm here now. But inside I'm still hurt, and it kills me, and I see other people doing it all the time, and it kills me even more, because I know where those people are at, or at least where they're probably at, how they're feeling inside, and I'm wondering how they got dragged into it, how much longer they're going to be into it, and when are they going to find a way out?
I'm just working now, like, if I never would have touched a single drug, I guess I would have not been as homeless so many times. Or if I wasn't homosexual, I wouldn't have been homeless at first. But you know what, like, as much as I really wish I never would have touched a drug in my life, like, I'm kind of thankful that I have, just because now that I have, like, it's opened my eyes to a lot of different things, and like now I'm able to talk to people about it. Like, if I hear like for instance, last week I was at my brother's house and I heard them talking about drugs. Like, I have that experience. I can tell somebody, you know, like, look at my life and look what I've gone through, and look how many things I've had to deal with and put up with just for drugs. Like, it's not worth it at all. Like, it's retarded. Like, I would probably have graduated high school, been in college, I'd probably still have a job right now, and my car payment wouldn't be 6 months late. To be honest, at the time I wasn't thinking. I thought it was fun and games, like, you know, you don't eat, you stay skinny, you stay up all the time, I don't know, you don't really think. It's a really weird feeling. I definitely am not going to say it's the best feeling in the world to go try it, because nobody should do drugs. But, I mean, it's a very euphoric feeling, and it's addicting, and it just makes you want more and more and more, and your life crumbles away.
No one wanted to help me. No one wanted to give me a place to stay. No one wanted to even give me a ride. It was those negative people that came back into my life again that were just like, hey, come stay with us. And so I did, and that's when I got pulled into all the really horrible stuff, like a horrible lifestyle. And I got to the point where I wanted to kill myself every day. And I specifically remember calling my mom, and I told her, this is how I feel. This is what I'm doing right now. And all I got in reply from her was, oh honey, I'm so sorry. Guess what's going on with Brandon and Michelle now? That killed me to know that my mom didn't care. She didn't want to help. She didn't even tell me I was doing something bad. She just blew it off. And I got so angry and so mad that I just wanted to go. I wanted to get really drunk and I just wanted to go kill myself. And I went to go do that. And I stopped and I was thinking to myself and I said, why? I've gotten out of this situation before. I can do it again. I don't need their help. I don't need their sympathy. I don't need any of that. I know I can do it. And it was the weirdest mood flip for me. I was just like, wait a minute. Why am I being like this? And I did. I left everything and I went and stayed with some friends and I actually met the owners of Cher's Coffee here. And I moved into their house, started helping them here, and I went out looking for a job. I learned a lot from it, which is really rare, I guess. A lot of people say that they don't understand how I am who I am now, because most people that go through stuff like that don't learn positive things from it, they learn negative things. And I learned so many positive things throughout all my experiences with that I learned to live on my own. I learned to live on the bare minimums. I learned to love everybody, no matter what they're doing or what situation they're in.
When you just like come down, it's worse because you just think about it like 10 times more, and the thought's 10 times more painful. So when you come down, you just have to like find a way to get more drugs, so you're not really coming down, so you're not thinking about it. I don't know. Drugs are stupid and nobody should ever do them because it only takes one time and then you're hooked like that. Drugs are stupid, stupid, stupid. And if I loved school, I would go back to college to be some kind of like youth drug counselor or whatever, because they're stupid. I'm kind of living out of my car right now and I have a lot of stuff in there. I can't afford to have any of it stolen, so I need to duct tape it and put money in the meter. Yes, this is my lovely car. Sorry I didn't clean my house up a little bit before I came. Yeah, it's a long story. I'll tell you guys in a little bit. I do spend a lot of time in my car because sometimes, you know, I can hang out with friends and I can go to their houses, but you know, a lot of my friends have jobs and stuff, so a lot of times I'm stuck driving around or applying for jobs or in my car, so. But at first it really sucked, but you know, I've been going through it since I was 16, so I'm kind of like used to it. It's not that big of a deal anymore. When I was into drugs really, really bad a while ago, I was really paranoid all the time, so I was paranoid of cops, and so I figured, you know, if I put one of these family stickers on my car, they really wouldn't look at my car. They'd just look at the sticker and be like, oh, it's just young family, teens, or whatever. I used to actually also have a proud soccer mom sticker on the other side. I'm currently getting off drugs right now. I'm actually thinking about going back to rehab. This first aid kit is like where I keep some stuff. Here's some needles, a broken dope pipe, straw, foil. I have to be really, really careful about this kind of stuff, for sure. I have more foil in my pocket.
Do you ever worry keeping this stuff in your car?
Oh, all the time. All the time I worry, especially because I don't have a license, and if I do get pulled over and my car does get searched, I'm fucked. So I'm actually going to throw all this away tonight because I'm done. Like I know I've said this before, but I'm done with drugs. It really gets you nowhere in life, and whatnot, and I'm gonna look back into going to rehab again and things like that. So I'm done. I mean, the first step is recognizing you have a problem, and I want to get it fixed because, you know, I'm 20 years old. I'm 20 years old, and, you know, I'm a white 20-year-old male in America. Boy, I look white. So the world's at my feet. I have a lot of opportunity, and I'm not doing anything with it right now by leading this kind of lifestyle. So I need to do something about it and get it taken care of.
I have a job. I've had it for a while. I'm doing really good. I just got offered a promotion. I've only been there a month and a half, and they want to promote me, and I'm just, okay, let's do this. I have to think about it, but let me think about it. I think so. And it's getting better. And every day, instead of looking at all the bad things that have happened, I'm looking at all the good things that are coming. My hope right now comes from knowing where I'm at and remembering where I was. Not too long ago, a guy actually was holding up a house out in the valley. I just started my job, and I heard it there. Someone was doing that. My brother Brandon had called me after work, and he said, you need to get on or turn on your TV and look at the news. And so I did, and it was talking about that story. It was one of mine and his very close friends that was on the streets. And that was shocking to me because he was such a nice guy. Never would have thought he would be like that. And apparently he just went psycho, and he wanted to kill himself, but he didn't want to go alone. And so he held up a woman and her child that he used to babysit because they were the closest to him. And that's where I get my hope. I hope that people that are out there like that are in the same situation or something similar will get out of that and make it to the top, because they can. The world makes you feel like you can't. You'll never. They stay away from you because they feel you will never amount to anything. And that's what beats you up so much inside, because you try to pretend that you don't, but it makes you feel that way. And you believe it. And so it makes you feel like anything that happens to you doesn't matter. Those people give me hope.
And so, like, it's scary not having a job, and the possibility is being homeless, and that just, like, makes it even harder, because the more depressed you get, it's the more you just, like, you feel like you want to, like, self-medicate yourself. And, like, I guess I don't know, like, sometimes I feel like there's no hope just because I know there's no other way. And it really makes me sad, because I used to have, like, really, really big hopes and dreams for myself, and it's really hard sometimes, but I'm trying. All I can do is take it one day at a time, I guess, and see where I end up. And I've definitely, this far in my life, I've learned a lot of knowledge, so hopefully with a little more knowledge that I come across, I can get everything together one last final time, and everything will fall in place, is what I'm hoping for.
If I ever leave this world alive, well, thank you for the things you did in my life. If I ever leave this world alive, I'll come back down and sit beside your feet tonight, where